And you got to be honest. Many times y'all try to run the relationship like we're your kids versus we're your man.
Yeah.
If he says, and he said, if could your man say, and that's final, and the conversation be over?
Yeah. It,
I'm talking about her, and the answer is hell no. And that, gentlemen,
it
if you can't say and that's final and it's not over, there ain't no peace in that house.
none.
So, ma'am, you can dance around
Okay,
the word. Ma'am, you can.
but Kevin, what
Let's say
is
he
there?
cheated. Hold on, ma'am. Let's say he cheated and all this other stuff. Okay, fine. But you can't say that you were raised to be a peaceful, agreeable woman either.
No, I
So
mean, but my
oftentimes you
mom is
realize that men
married,
cheat.
and
Listen. Men often cheat for femininity, not sex.
well,
Femininity.
well, I don't know.
Okay, I'm not saying it's
I
always, but I'm not
yeah.
saying always, but I want you to think about what I just
Okay,
said.
so what I really want to ask you, because like I said, like a lot of the stuff you say about us needing to kind of pipe ourselves down as far as
Hmm.
what type of, you know, wanting a high powered man and what those type of
Hmm.
men really want in a wife. So
Hmm.
I've actually, you've kind of brought me to my senses on that level, like, you know, as far as getting an average man. Now I don't know. I live in Texas, so I don't know about the 40 the 40,000. That's low even here.
No,
But
it's really not. I
my
used
Still,
to live in I lived in Texas for 12 years.
but see, my mom, well, I was actually raised
Ma'am,
by my
listen,
grandmother,
listen. If a
but
man
they
can pay,
did.
hold on, listen. If he can pay his own rent and his
hmm
own, if he's self-sustaining, that's all he needs to do. But here's what you don't. Here's what's gonna happen. You got two kids. If the rent is $2,000, you need to pay 1,500. He need to pay five. He need to pay 500 because you bringing three people.
yes.
I can. That's not gonna happen, but I can understand that because my kid's father, he's in their life and he pays child support. So let's just say I have their 500. Let's just say that, but like I know my mom and my stepdad, they both work for the EPA, and I think they only, well, a piece, they were both retired making like, I think only like 80 or $90,000, and they live good. They not living like,
80 or 90
you know what I'm
together.
saying. They
80 or
no
90 together.
no they but well, my mom retired making about 90, and my stepdad
Man,
retired making about
man,
80 something.
average people. I can't
Yeah,
make
so that's what's average
stop.
to me.
Okay,
But you
well
were
that's not
saying
no,
40,
that's not average. No,
50,000.
man, stop. That's bullshit. It's not average. Your
Mm.
standards are too high.
Oh, so what my mom and them is
Ma'am,
making, that's
middle
not
class is
average.
not $80,000.
Oh,
No.
oh.
If I can say something,
Go
I
I
mean,
ahead.
mean, but they not
Go
rich. I
ahead.
mean, they
Stop.
not
You
people,
hold on,
I
rich.
just
stop,
They
want
stop.
not
Go
to
ahead,
say,
rich.
man.
like,
Stop.
realistically, just being as a woman with two kids, I understand if I get a man who makes 40,000, that's more than what we need.
Yeah.
I'm sustaining me and my kids by myself now. So
Man,
I
you
don't,
got the makeup you have on and stuff like that is all shit you don't need.
yeah.
All that stuff is an adornment. You got all this additional stuff.
I
Okay, what did you go to
I
college?
I had to go.
Ma'am,
Yes,
hold
sir.
on. Did you go to college?
Yes, sir. But I didn't graduate.
Okay, do you make over $80,000 a year?
No,
So then why, if you ain't making it, why should an average man make it?
no. I'm saying that's what they retired making. So I know, like, you know,
But
with
that's a
people in
different
their 30s.
generation. They had labor benefit. Okay, this is
Oh,
why I need you
yeah.
ladies to
I don't.
understand.
Yeah.
You got two kids,
Not him.
not him. You ain't making nowhere close to that money, and you have an appetite that you can't afford to pay for. You can, I mean, them eyelashes and all. You can't afford to pay for that on your own income. That's being you taking. If we're gonna be real, we're gonna keep it a stack. You taking some
Mm,
of that child support money and putting it on your
No,
face and your body.
I I really am not. I really am not,
Okay,
Mr.
well, my point of the matter is this
I'm
ain't free.
not
But,
that kind.
and the point is, okay, let's say you're not, but if a man can pay his own bills, he's fully self-standing and sufficient, then how come two people coming together who can take care of themselves does not improve your situation? Because that means
Mm-hmm.
you have one residence.
Right.
It's simple math.
You're
It's
right.
But it's
anything.
not. It's not simple, man. It's not simple, man. Because see, a man is supposed to come in and do everything, even if you got somebody else's kids. A man is supposed to come in and do everything. And the thing is, we're not getting virgins.
Oh yeah.
We're not getting young virgins. We're getting women who have other men's fingerprints and DNA in situations, and we got to accept all that and then provide all this. Men ain't doing all that, man.
And you really have enlightened me on that. So I understand it. And my mom has always worked, so I'm not, what I'm saying, shy of saying, okay, maybe it might need to be, maybe 60-40, because they both, my mom and stepdad, they both pretty much made the same money, but my mom still only pays, only did like lights and groceries and like the small stuff for the house and stuff.
Your
But
mom and your stepdad.
mhm.
How old were
but
you when they got married?
I was like 9.
Okay. And how many children did she have?
She has 3.
Okay. Is your mama over 50?
Yes.
Okay. Different generation.
Mm-hmm.
Different generation. Different generation. Men in my generation and above actually got more respect being stepfathers. Today, a stepfather is looked down on because men don't get respect. Biological fathers and husbands don't get respect. Stepfathers. So my point is, if you are a woman today, you are fortunate to have a man, period. A pair of britches in the house. That's what the pandemic showed us. When the world shut down and stopped, all the shit y'all thought that was important wasn't nothing. When you had to go out there to the grocery store and fight over water and toilet tissue, that strong, independent attitude ain't gonna do nothing because you can't do shit about no man. Every other group of women had men, even Hispanic women. Hispanic men make less money than black men, but Hispanic men get far more respect. Y'all
Okay,
need to change
so
y'all's attitude. Well, here's the thing: y'all need to do nothing, but you're gonna die alone. Black men,
and see, I refuse to die alone. So that's why I listen all the time. Even though my mama, she don't be feeling you, because she come from a different time. So of
your
course
mama
she
don't get, but
raised
the
me
men
to.
do. Your
Mm-hmm.
mama. The
It's
thing is, your
okay,
mama
but
may
why?
not, but the
Okay,
men
so
do.
explain to me, like, because it almost be sound. The only thing that I can't get past is it almost sound like, okay, I'm not gonna say settle. I can find a man, what I'm saying, that's willing to be a part of my lifestyle of what I already have going. Of course, I already have kids and stuff like that. If I find a
Spit
man,
it
which
out.
I
You get
do
me
have a
confused.
process.
What do you want me? What do you want?
I'm
Go ahead.
sorry.
Say it.
It almost feel like too, though, you want us to just accept anything. It don't matter about the attitude. As long as I think the only thing I've heard you say is as long as it's not like physical abuse or
Yeah.
something like that. But
Yep, I do.
everything else we
Yep, I
supposed to
do.
just
I want you.
accept.
Yep, I do. I want you to accept anything. You damn right. I want you to accept the man that's a man is sane and he is a decent man. I don't care how
But
he
you don't
looks.
think that's
Listen,
what
no, ma'am. I need you. No, I'll let you speak. I need you to accept the man, or you die alone.
Mm-hmm.
Man, no disrespect. You got two grown mother flipping kids. If the world was a right place, you wouldn't have a man at all.
Mm-hmm.
You should get no man in life.
but that's like saying people will never make mistakes. Like there is a
No,
perfect
that's saying you go back and complete the family you started.
he married. He married somebody else.
That's your problem. You should have completed it when you had a chance. See, one of the things we've told women to do is just go out and make babies, and then you realize that. Let me tell you something, dear heart. Any man who gets you would be settling.
Yeah.
He be settling for you. You got two
Even,
kids.
I mean, even the and see that's where I be battling because it's like
Well, but you bet. Okay,
you
let me.
say
Okay,
all the time
let me
that
let me
it's
see. Let
just
me hold
a
on.
it's like a contract.
Listen,
Marriage
listen,
is
listen,
just like
listen,
a
listen.
contract.
Let me. No, 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 no. Stop that. Let me reframe all this for you. If we were talking about non-black men, if I snapped all the black men away, would a white man accept you? The average white man.
You mean like the same way you say average for black
Yeah, if
people?
there were no, if I snapped all the black men away, could you expect white men, average white men, above average white men, would they come and say, "Well, sure, Becky or you, yeah, sure, Alex, would white men take you?"
Maybe if it wasn't, no,
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 Okay, would a Chinese man take you? Would
no,
Asian men take you?
no.
no,
Would Middle Eastern men? Stop. Would Middle Eastern men take you?
no, probably not.
No, because you know you couldn't come to them with the same thing you come to a black man with.
But why?
No,
But
listen,
why do you think that is?
listen,
Because
listen. Because we are not beneath you. Your standards is you think black men should accept. Why would you expect a black man to accept what you know a white man, an Asian man, and a Middle Eastern man wouldn't expect? I mean,
because
accept.
they don't respect us anyways. I don't think I think if I was childless, they wouldn't really. That's just my personal opinion. We're not
Would
gonna
it
go
be
down
because
that
of your
road.
race?
I feel like so.
No. No, it's not because of your race. It's because of the lack of femininity. It's because of the size. It's because of the attitude. It's because of the way y'all come in as masculine. Men don't reject women on race first. They reject women who lack femininity. And those other cultures have a patriarchy and structure. And this is what I keep trying to get you black men to understand. Black women expect us to accept less than they know that they would have to raise their standards. If we were all gone, they know if they wanted a man, whether they were attracted to him or not, whether they thought white men were just as boring and they know they'd have to up their game because white women ain't gonna just let you come in and take their men. They gonna fight for their men. They gonna compete. Y'all expect us to compete for you. You expect us to settle. Ain't happening.
I, if I can say something, Kevin, I just something I realized a long time ago. Like the honor is passed to the man. You're not their prize, and you really have the mindset. I'm owed him. No, you're owed, like or like you're owed him. It's vice
Mm-hmm.
versa. Other way around. You need him. You really have to like humble yourself, woman. Being a single,
Well,
I
the thing is,
hard.
our women don't have to humble themselves because they believe that our culture and the media and everything else, and even the women have told women that we would be lucky to have you in any state. Women in my lifetime, women used to feel some kind of way. Used to be shamed for coming to church, being a single mother. Now you can come to church with 3, 4 different kids, with 4, 5 different men, sit on the front row and scream "Amen." There's no shame anymore in the black community. Now, men have been saying all we want is women who are fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive, and childless. Women have progressively gotten larger,
But I've never. You're
masculine,
the first and only man I've heard
children.
say that.
Bullshit.
I swear. I
Y'all ain't,
swear.
no, ma'am. I have been 53 years old. We have been saying this for the longest. Y'all just haven't been paying us any attention. Because one thing that started to
What was
happen
they
is
saying in
stop.
that?
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. Listen, the boring dudes are supposed to be your husbands, not your fucking fucked up baby daddies.
Well, thank you so much for watching the video. You have heard the woman speak, you have heard Kevin Samuels, and I think you have enjoyed this entire dialogue. I wonder why the world keeps on giving us women of this kind. Look, she's all pumped up, all looking nice, with wigs, makeup, nails, lipstick, and whatever. And that should communicate to us who this kind of woman is, what makes her fun, what gives her joy, and we can see all that by looking at her. And then we can now know what she thinks, what her thought process is, by listening to what she says, by listening to how she's answering the questions that are put to her. And I wonder, she represents a very big group of women out there. Women that have different needs, women that don't understand men, and women that think they can control and have their say above what men are. Look, at the very beginning of this video, we see Kevin Samuels asking a fundamental question by asking, according to you, if a man says it's done, it's over, would the man really be meaning it? Or would you really keep quiet by saying it's over and move forward? No. You could see her reaction. She's a kind of person that believes that it's not over until her herself believes it's over. And I want to tell you something. Many women out there are just like her. The world is giving us women like her. Women that are not obedient, women that are not honest, women that think they can control a man, forgetting that the world is controlled by men. And surprisingly, some men are leaving it to the women to decide. Some men are leaving it to women of this kind to control their lives. And Kevin is trying to warn us it is wrong for women of our kind, for women of our nature, to control us. Women out there that are slightly or behaving like her, it's important for you to change, because the world may not settle for women like you. Think through whatever you want to do. Think through whatever you want to say, because when you say it, it will define who you are. Look, we have already defined who she is. We have already made our conclusions of what she thinks, what she says, based on what we have just heard. As I've said, many women are like her. There's this fundamental segment where we had Kevin Samuels trying to ask her, do you think by mere fact that you have 2 children, do you think an Asian man can settle for you? Do you think an average white man can settle for you? Do you think an average Indian man or someone else can settle for you from a different culture? And she gave herself an answer by saying, I don't think so, looking at her reaction. She thinks that an average American man will settle for her and her attitude, because the world has allowed, or the American culture has allowed women of her kind to think that any man, a black man, will settle for her attitude, her children, her behavior, and her thought process. That's wrong. And it's at that point where we will need to draw the line. It's at that point where we need to draw the line. Women think they own everything. Women think they can control men. Well, that's wrong. That's wrong, and I want to thank Kevin Samuels for highlighting that issue and for bringing it forward for everyone to listen, for everyone to learn. And I want to believe, if you've been attentive to this video, there's a lot to learn. It's at this point that I want to ask you guys, what do you think about her? Especially the woman in the right. Because the other person was more of in agreement with Kevin, but this other person was more of negative, different attitude, different behavior, different thoughts. I want to hear what you think about her. Me, personally, I've made my conclusions about her. I think she needs to learn. She needs to go through an experience that will teach her how to behave. That behavior can be instilled when maybe she goes for therapy, or she goes through a nasty experience that will teach her how to behave. I don't know what you think, but I would like to hear your thoughts. But remember at the back of it all that there are so many women out there. There are so many women out there. They're just like her. There are so many women. And in fact, we see Kevin Samuels interacting with so many women like her. Women that think they know it all. Women that think can control men. Women that think that given their attitude, given their behaviors, given how they talk, they'll still have it all at the end of the day. And I think it's the culture that has put it into women, that they always get things on the silver platter. I think sometimes it's the laws of the country that promote such behavior. Sometimes I want to believe it's sometimes society, churches, that bring all these things closer and closer and implements such things to society. I want us to all agree that it's wrong and something has to be done. What to be done? I await to get feedback from you guys. What do you think? I'll be hearing from you back.